Now in the next scene, we see that Shadow jumps into the crowd of infected and he starts to beat them down, not heeding Sonic's advice at all. But in his defense, Shadow is supposed to be immune to all type of viruses, but what I think he misunderstood was that illnesses or viruses have to actually be natural, and the metal virus is man-made. So after fighting for just a short time, Shadow is covered in the virus, and since he is so arrogant, he refuses to run the infection off, which honestly is Shadow's biggest weakness. Because while Shadow is extremely strong, he's always going to be his biggest enemy. And because of that hubris, we see that he is fully corrupted in short time. And this is so dangerous because Shadow is likely on par with Sonic when it comes to like their overall fighting ability when you count like all their pros and cons, although people have been arguing for years about which one is truly stronger. If I had to choose one, I would probably give the edge to Sonic because he is the protagonist of the series, so he's probably always going to come out on top. But in reality, Shadow is really powerful, and usually when you see him, he's not even using his full strength and he's still a threat. Now luckily for Sonic though, Shadow seems to have lost some of his combat knowledge when he became infected, so while he's still crazy strong, Sonic is the more skilled fighter now and is able to get away from him pretty easily. And with the help of Omega, they're also able to hold the horde back long enough for the survivors to get to safety, but not before my boy goes down, screaming victory or death. And right when it looked like Sonic might be cooked as well, Silver and Tails come to save the day, allowing him to escape and run off some of the infection, and also saving Omega, who is only ahead at this point. But luckily, Sonic is able to make it back to their new home base and meet up with the rest of the crew and the other survivors. Now, the most important thing that I want to point out here is that Tails ended up creating a device that is able to explain how Sonic's speed affects the virus, which may help Tails find a cure, showing just why Tails is the GOAT. And the final scene shows us Starline, who has finally figured out that Eggman is a nut job and really has no plan as to how to handle this outbreak. But he did manage to find information concerning the Deadly Six, who are a race of creatures that can control robots. And it's obvious that Starline is going to try to use them to control these zombots, and I'm sure this plan can't backfire at all, right?